I'm probably going to top this. Not that that's my mindset, it's just when I'm not warm and I hit this club, it's usually a heel top. Oh, there she is, the old heel. Yeah, I really need to warm up. Alright, so that's managed to turn this into a monster of a hole, guys. Into the wind. Heel stinger to start. So, you know, even though I'm off scratch, we do miss hit shots. So I got 162 meters uphill, off a side hill lie, into a breeze. Like, it's there's trouble up there on the left. There's also trouble on the right. So really, I just need to, I mean, yes, I probably have the shot in my bag where I can, what was 162 uphill into breeze, probably 60, 70, 80, 182 meter, draw 5-iron off the right there. I could hit that shot, but I'm not warm. I just heel topped one off the first, so I'm just going to think about how far do I want to be for my next shot in. There's a big landing area up there. It's 162 in, probably playing 180. If I want to leave myself about 80 meters in or less, then I just need to hit this about 100 meters. So it's 162. Let me rework that out. So for the flat distance, so it's 162. If I want to have like 80 meters in, I want to have myself about 70 out. So I need to hit this 70. So 70 uphill into the breeze, probably 90. It's about a 100-meter shot. That's all it needs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hit like a punch 8, which is going to go longer than 100 meters, but it means if I mishit it off this lie, it's still going to go 100 meters. If I get it really well, it's probably going to go about 120. I'm just hitting like a little pitch swing, and this should turn over because of the hill. I'm just hitting it like it's a little pitch shot with an 8-iron. Yeah, so that's fine. That's in that big landing area I was talking about. Let's go see how good my maths is and see if I got about 80 in. I should have about 70 in. So as you can see here, guys, this is what I'm talking about. Like, loads of room there, loads of room there. Okay, and I've just left myself, remember the truth, let's see how good I am at maths. I'm an art teacher, I'm not that good at maths, but 59 meters, so 60 meters, so pretty good. It means I hit that 8-iron pretty well. I got myself 60 meters, which is fine. Preferred lies, I love them. 60 meters, slightly uphill, about maybe a meter or two, and into the breeze. So I can still hit, if I hit a full lob wedge, it's going to have lots of spin on it, and a full lob wedge goes about 60 meters, which means into the breeze it could land short and just hop, but it's probably going to rip. So I'm going to go a 56 degree, and for my 56 degree, if my hand's about here, that's about a 30 meter shot. Sorry, 40 meter shot from here. 60 from parallel. 3/4 is 80. So 70 is somewhere between here and here, so it's about there. But I actually think I'm going to try and hit like a 60 meter shot, because if I can fly this 60 or just short of it, because I'm hitting a sand wedge, like an extra club, the ball should come out a little stronger, not as high and spinny, a little stronger, a little lower, and behave on the green a little more. So when I'm trying to get this distance here, if I feel like I'm swinging to here, my hands are going to end up here. So I feel like I'm swinging to I feel like my swing stops here, and the momentum carries the hands up. Okay, here we go. Next thing I do is I break it down into thirds. I pretend I'm just hitting a little, so that's my reference point. I don't try and swing to that every time. So a reference point for after I feel the shot out. So now I'm going to feel it out. So to hit one about 1/3 of the way, it's just there. 2/3 of the way, about level with that bunker, and 3/3. So I'm actually feeling a 70-meter shot, and I'll always take my feel over my maths, because intrinsically your body just knows. Look, not the best strike there. It did ride up the face a bit, but it's on the green. Probably flown at about 55 and it's just stopped because it came out high. I think I hit that a little heavy. Get my chest over the ball a little more. That's better. Okay, so now we're up near the green. You can actually see that second one was a lot better. But, you know, we're playing 2-ball, worst ball. So I've got my line here. Should be about a cup and a quarter. Oh, just under the hole. It's a good speed putt though. I actually love this hole. It's a little par 4 that goes down around over the water to the left down there. It is a risk and reward. Like you can go for the green with driver, and it's a pretty generous landing area to be honest. But today into like I'm gonna say that's a club and a half breeze. No bueno. So the play is to land it just short, hit it down to those trees you can see down there on the right. And don't go too long into the water with a layup. So just going to tee it up sort of middle to right of the tee box here. I don't really want to hit a draw because I feel the wind could take it and run with it. So just a little sort of like punch. Sort of little punch 6-iron here. Okay, this second shot's really interesting because the ground under the ball here is really firm, and I'm gonna say like 90% of the time when I hit the shot here, it comes out like a flyer. Because the ground is so firm, it pushes the ball up into it harder and it just goes further. It's crazy. We've got 120 meters, it's uphill, it's into a breeze. Club and a half, I'm gonna say, and it's uphill, so 2.5 clubs, 120, that's 145 meters. That's crazy. It's so hard to trust those numbers. It's about 140, 145 meters. And I feel like it's gonna also come out hot off this lie, so I'm gonna play about a 140 meter shot and let it come in with the breeze. I'm not gonna fight it here because then I'd have to hit a cut against the breeze and start it in the trouble on the left. So I'm going to start, I've got heaps of room on the right there, so if I hit a little draw here and it doesn't really turn over, that's fine. But with the breeze, it's going to really move it, I think. So I'm going to try and start this just left of the telegraph pole there, and just let it come in with a little draw. Doesn't mean I'm not going to try and hit a draw. I'm still going to try and hit a draw, but maybe not as aggressive. Wow. So that came out pretty straight. Hit it well. Breeze got it in the second half and it's short. So there you go. Alright guys, these are the little testers I've really been working hard on. So, no judgment here. Sometimes I'd go a 60 degree, but because I'm hitting up into an uphill slope, it should come out nice and high. I want to land it, there's a little leaf here. I want to land it somewhere here. So, mark this spot. This is my landing zone. So for these, first thing I need to do is choose whether I'm hitting a pitch shot, which is a little more of a big swing and a little bit there, or a chipping action, which is more just a chip. And I feel like I'm close enough to the green where I can just hit a chip here. So my technique on these uphill chips is to play it off the front foot, but still hit down on the ball. So playing it off in the front foot angles my shoulders up a little, but then I'm still getting my weight forward. Because if you leave your weight back, you're thinning it over the green. If you go weight forward, ball back, you chunk it into the hill. So having ball forward, weight forward on these, I feel like is the sweet spot. Sit. Look, it's acceptable. Maybe a little strong. How close was I to the landing area? Second hole where I'm fighting to save par. This is what, 6 feet? So I've got a pretty good make rate from 6 feet, especially when I practice them. Which I'll be honest, I haven't really been doing, but so it finds the middle of the hole. Yeah, there we go. Good putt. Nice par. Back of the cup. Another hole that I really enjoy here at MacArthur Grange. This 12th. It's an interesting hole. It's very, again, risk for reward. You can hit driver up near the green for those big hitters. Otherwise, there's a nice generous landing area sort of in the fairway. It is playing along today into this breeze. Feels nice and still down here because we're in the valley, but there's definitely still wind up at the top. You can see if you look above the pin up there, I don't know if you guys can see it, the trees, the top of the trees. 117. There's a few things that I look for when I'm in a spot like this where it feels still. Is the flag flapping? Or are the trees, at what point are the trees moving? So if I hit a shot, I know that if I keep it below the trees, it's not really going to get affected by the wind. But as soon as it peaks up, it's going to get hit. So, you know, you kind of need to take that into consideration a little bit. I've only got 116 meters. It is uphill and there's breeze up high, but if I can keep it lower than the trees, it's not going to get hit. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep it lower than the trees though, from 116 in. Pin is on the back tier. So I've probably got about 4 or 5 meters after the pin of green. So I'm going to try and hit like a 120, maybe a 125 meter shot. If I hit a punch 8, I said before that goes about 120. That might actually stay under the trees. I doubt it will, but I'm going to try. Just set up here, aim for a little bit of a straight to fade because the pin is cut on the right, so I'm going to go for the middle of the green. It's just the same as any pitch, just with an 8 iron. And it shouldn't spin too much. Oh, it's short. Oh, look, that was a perfect shot. I hit it exactly how I wanted to. Maybe could have given it a little more to get it up on the back tier there. I thought that would have been enough. You can kind of see the layout of the green now. You can see that big ridge where my ball is landed just short of the pin and then come back. Not because of spin, but just because of the this hill here. I thought I was going to be up past the pin quite easily, to be honest. I like to get a general line with lag putts and then literally just focus on speed. They're all about speed. Trust it, then go, go, go. That's not good. See, lag putting is the best opportunity to play stress-free golf. This is not stress-free. Now I've got a 9-footer to save par. Yep, even scratch markers 3-putt. So, I mean, this is a big hill. Now, I know this is easier to say now because I'm out here just playing with you guys, but in a tournament or something, it's so easy, especially if you're a scratch golfer or you're 5 or under 10, you know, 3-putting a green. You know, if you think you're a single-digit handicapper and you shouldn't be 3-putting, that's the worst thing. Be kind to yourself. Move on. You won't do it again. The paradox of being a low marker player is that the margin for error is razor thin. If you miss a putt, that can be your score for the day. But you got to remember that if you're good enough for that to be a factor, then you're also good enough to be getting birdies and making the most of holes. You're good enough where you've got a good chance of making that back. So it evens out in the end. Try and remember yourself, I am a good player. I'm just going to keep pushing on, focus on the next shot, next hole, and just try not to get caught in the past. Yeah. Par 3 next. I hate par 3s. But this is a lovely hole. I've actually been playing this hole really well lately. Alright, here we are up on this par 3. Pin is tucked way right. We're actually with the breeze a little bit here. 167. I bought a 7-iron with me. This could be too much club. We've got that massive breeze, club and a half going that way. Let me work this out really quick. This goes about 165. With the breeze downhill. Look, I'm just going to hit a big cut to take some off it, and the breeze is going to move it the rest of the way. Setting up well left here. You see my feet are actually painting left of the green. Okay, here we go. Nice little cut. Easy swing. Oh, get in the hole. Oh! Yeah, that's how you play the shot. Take it, baby! So, I mean, I know it's not in the hole yet, but you should celebrate the wins. You get so angry. It's so easy to get angry about the bad shots. Yet you hit a good shot and you don't celebrate it. Get into it. Ugh. Now I've got myself a 4-footer for birdie. And as I was saying before, if you're good enough to 3-putt, you're good enough to birdie. Alright, so my entry point for the hole is there. So I'm going about there. So I'm aiming about half a cup right of the hole. So I'm going to use the line again. I really should draw a line on this. I'm not using it properly. That was in, and then it straightened up around the hole. But perfect speed, perfect putt. Like it's just, sometimes the golf gods are just against you and you deserve that putt, but it just doesn't go in and it feels robbed. But Like I said, I'm good enough to make a birdie later on. Let's go. I've been working on straightening my driver out a little bit lately, keeping this right foot still and exiting with lower hands. Just a little baby fade, just like that. Today, I think that's going to be well down there. Par fives are great opportunities, especially for longer hitters when you get better and more competent at driver and 3-wood and stuff. Awesome opportunities to make tap-in pars, stress-free pars. For low markers, a par feels like a bogey for a par 5. Let me think here. We've got 130 meters, strong left to right breeze, slightly with us. So it's probably only playing about 120, 125. I can definitely hit a pitching wedge in here. I'm gonna hit like a 125 meter pitching wedge, which is gonna move left to right. I do have an option of trying to hit a little draw here, hold it up against the breeze, but my philosophy is never fight the breeze. Sometimes you can use it and like this, but because the wind is kind of with me, I'm gonna actually start this left of the green and use the wind. So I allow for my normal amount of fade and then maybe just an extra finger. So 3 fingers of fade here. It's scary aiming this far left with just a wedge. You know what? I might actually aim this. It's better to miss this green on the right, so maybe I'll just aim for my normal amount of fade here. Just 2 fingers, so I should be starting it inside of that cart sign. And I'll just try and hit like a straighter fade, I suppose. Look, it's just come out straight. Maybe I was building that wind up in my head a little bit much, but it's just on the edge up there. It's not a bad miss. Guess what? I have an eagle putt. I can make back those 2 bogeys in one shot here. And worst case scenario, like I'm not going to try and make this putt. I know that sounds crazy with an eagle putt, but people get so caught up about having eagle putts, then they end up 3-putting it because they blast the first one past, they got an 8-footer for birdie, miss that one, and end up 3-putting for a par. So I would much rather have, what's the expression? A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. Like easy tap in birdie, and there's a chance. You know, karma's on my side. Missed that little birdie putt before. But if I can just lag this up there, if it goes in, it's a bonus. But my goal here is to just get it within 3 foot. I think it's downhill, so it should be fairly quick. Do it for me. Oh. So, you know, it stayed out this time. If that went in, yeah. But I mean, look at this. Tap in birdie. There's one back. Stress-free golf. Hug the torso. Pretty good. So I've just hit an iron here today, guys, because it's Not a long hole. This is a very drivable par 4. Downhill, downwind, but I'm experimenting hitting irons on this hole from different distances to see, because this is the landing zone here, and when it's under pressure, this is the 16th. When you got a good round going, you don't want to bring in trouble. So I'm experimenting with what irons I can hit to land here to give myself 110 meters downhill, down breeze. A nice little flick with a wedge, right? So this is probably like an 80 meter shot. I do still want to be relatively aggressive, and it's with the breeze. So I'm going to allow myself to hit a full sand wedge here. When I say a full sand wedge, I mean a full 3/4 pitch action. And this should be fine. So aim it left of the pin. Short stance, weight forward, or body. Go. Oh, short. I'm underestimating that breeze with a wedge. Damn. All right, here we are, faced with another lag putt. Repair your divots. Wow, I've really got to work on getting it there. My second 3-putt of the day, back to 2. You know what, I deserve that. After that first lag putt, atrocious. I give myself permission to hit it way past the hole. Maybe not way past, but be comfortable getting it up there. Just a comfort thing. I think that's really all it is. Go. It's a bit short, yeah, hit a bit toey.
What's his name? Dean. Yeah, the back nine, the wind.
I heard he was 2 up or something.
Yeah, it's all about putting.
All about putting.
Yeah, all about putting. See, he give me the line, he's behind me, he putt first, he sing the birdie, and I miss it.
Right.
Yeah, like that. And the other one, he got me, he's in the bush.
Yeah?
Yeah, somehow he chipped close on 14 to 2 up.
On
And,
14.
2 up, then 16.
Interesting outcome here. Never been here before. First time for everything. $200 on the snot. On the snot? On the snout. 200 on the dot. Snot and dot. Snout and dot is snot. Anyway, 200. Uphill. A little 4-iron up there, I think will be fine. Might be a little short, but I'm willing to give it a bit of a lash. What a f***ing shot. Yeah, I mean, that's so close to an albatross. It's not funny. Oh, that would have been so close to going in. Just a little bit of break there. Oh, man. Almost. So for a bit of context, that's Rexy. At the moment we're playing our club's A-grade match play Championship. So Evan and I had a good battle on the weekend, but I was able to take him down on 17 or 16, sorry. So Rexy's in the final with me. So that's pretty funny that we cross paths on a practice round, then I just eagle the 18th. Send in a message. Anyway guys, thank you so much for coming around for 9 holes. Hopefully the commentary was worth something to you. Scratch golf, you know, we're not perfect. Ended up with a solid finish today. Like I said today earlier, you know, you make mistakes, you're good enough to come back. And I had to wait a few holes, but I was rewarded in the end on the last par 5 there today. Yes. If you enjoyed the footage today, feel free to subscribe. The channel does playthroughs with myself, with guests on the channel, and also some instructional tips as well to help you out. I'm Ben. Thanks for joining. Play well.